Hello, hello. This is my first first series in the B.Gs. This is my first video for the B.Gs series, and it is called Body Positivity. Now, based on the response I get for the live shows, is whether I'm going to keep it live or hi Chris, how are you? How you doing today? Nice to have you. Thank you. Um, Based on the response I get from the live shows is basically whether I'm going to keep it live or whether I'm good. I'm glad you're okay today. Excellent. Whether I'm going to keep it live or whether I'm just going to record it um, and upload them. So basically, this is a series talking about big women issues. And today we are addressing what body positivity is. Okay, so keeping it real with the B.Gs is going to be addressing body positivity. And a lot of times people misconstrued what body positivity actually is. And they sometimes think that as big women, we feel like body positivity is, hey, Sunny, how's it going? It's been a while. I haven't seen you go live. Have you gone live yet on your channel? I've just seen you upload a couple of things. But thank you for being here for the first video of the BG series. And I was saying that it was today's topic is going to be about body positivity, and how a lot of times body positivity gets misconstrued in mainstream society as well as the BG community. Oh wow, you moved into a new apartment. That's wonderful. Do you like it? I hope it's cute and somewhere with a lot of light and sunlight, because I know that you like to move around the neighborhood. So I hope it's a nice neighborhood that you can enjoy the sunshine. But I'm glad you're online, that you're on today. So some people say, what is body positivity? A lot of times they misconstrued it to thinking that we think as the BBW community that body positivity is just would you say body image is crazy important here? Reno has professional escorts and Hollywood vacationers selling the look. Yes, Sunny, that is absolutely correct. Everything is about how you look now. You have to look perfect or look the part. What do they say? You have to have a small waist, a big butt, and big boobs, right? Is that what they say? But body positivity in the BBW community means something a lot different. But you are absolutely right. A lot of people get so hung up on body image that they actually get far removed from. No, you didn't, girl. You said with your wide load, you're practically invisible. You're not even that big, so stop it. Just stay away from those 7-Eleven lemon cookie donuts, girl. But no, you're not even that big. But anything over a 4, they think is too big. So, but I did want to educate my BBWs on the proper definition of what body positivity is. So basically, body positivity is not just saying that We like our big bodies, and we're not going to do anything to change that. Oh, really? But they usually say that the camera adds 10 pounds. So if you don't look that big, and hey, Wawaya, how you doing, girl? Thank you for coming in. I am so excited about this episode of the BB uh, Keeping It Real with the BG series. So, hey, welcome, welcome. What do you think about body positivity, Wawia? So you're short. How tall are you, Sonny? I'm 5'8". So if I was any shorter, girl, I would probably look 10 times worse. But yeah, let's talk about how what we view body positivity as. Okay. Um, they do think a lot of mainstream people feel like as big women, we feel that. Exactly. No, you're right. It is important no matter what size you are. Absolutely. Because a lot of times, and I'm going to get into that in just a moment too, when we're talking about body positivity, a lot of times as big women, we feel that skinny women do not have any issues or they don't have any insecurities with their bodies, but we're wrong. You know, we just get so wrapped up in, well, we're heavy set and society's against big women that we forget that our skinny sisters out there, they have insecurities about their body as well. So it is very important, no matter what size you are, to have a positive view of your body. And as women, in general, whether we're smaller or bigger, we do have a lot of society letting us know that what we were born with, or the way we look, is not, it's not adequate enough. We have to do more, or we have to do less, or we have to do this to fit into society standards of what we should look like as women. So Maria, you're absolutely right. This affects us no matter what size we are. And the reason I'm approaching big women with body image is because I have seen in the BB. Yes, you said skinny girls are annoying if they talk about it. BGs are weak and sad if we speak up. No, it's true. But you know what? Okay, let's be real here. We're gonna be real. Skinny girls are a little annoying when they talk about it, because you'll get somebody who's like a size, I don't know, I'm just throwing it out here, a 5 or a 6, and they'll stand there and they'll say, I need to lose some weight. I need to lose some. I'm like, what? Where are you losing the weight from? Okay, you don't have any meat. Okay, you gain any more weight, you're not going to be in existence. So it is kind of annoying. But then they say that we are weak and sad if we speak up, because they feel like, being a big woman, that we should never speak up for ourselves. Um, Marilyn weighed 150 to 162. A size 12 is not bad at all where we are. A size 12 is not bad at all. But you know what the weird thing is that they say that size 12 is plus size. Do you see the mentality of society today? Now, a size 12 is not big at all, but they say that you should say in the single digits and not be in the double digits. And there's nothing wrong with a size 12 at all. Um, and Sonny, there's really nothing wrong with a 150, 162 pounds. She's not too thin. And society shouldn't expect people to be very thin. And that's the problem. They do. They expect us to be these thin little Barbie doll looking things. Um, if she thinks she needs to lose pounds, but is thinner than a celery stalk, then she does have body image issues. Yes. What is that called? Body dysphoria when they do that? Yeah, I think it's body dysphoria, where they look just fine, but they think they're ugly, or they need to do, or anorexia too. And they're, oh, I need to be skinnier, I need to be smaller, blah 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 blah. No, you got some issues here. And I want to also talk about some faulty perceptions that us big sisters have as well. I'm gonna put us big sisters on blast for a minute here, because when they talk about body positivity, they start to think that we should just be happy with who we are, but don't have to work on our weight. Because if we decide that we need to be healthier, or we decide that our current weight isn't healthy, then all of a sudden you're not having a positive body image. No. What body image, let's see here. That's good, Warrior. Then you have a very positive view of yourself. Exactly. You have a positive view of yourself, and you know that you're thin and that you don't need to change that. Um, yeah, it is definitely separate, because let me put live chat on here, because I may be also skipping some. Okay, give me 1 second, Sonny. I see you put something here. Yes, exactly. Anxious, nervous people buy more. Everything in media teaches us to be insecure. I couldn't have said it better myself. Everything that social media puts up there tries to make people feel bad about who they are. So they do one or two things. They either go to the extremes and get a lot of surgery or starve themselves to fit in, or they go to another total different extreme and start to say, well, I can never fit into that image that society has for me. So what I'm going to do is not care at all. And then I'm going to stuff it underneath the title body positivity and say that I'm positive about myself, so I don't need to change anything. Exactly. This is what Maria said here. Body positivity doesn't mean if you're 500 pounds that you're not trying to lose weight. Exactly my point. Correct. Because when you are a big person, a big individual, you have to be aware that it is not healthy to be that size, that weight. Being a big woman myself, I feel like I am positive about who I am, but that does not carry over to mean that I don't want to be healthy. And I've seen in a big BW community that they do sit there and they do basically bash those of us who feel like we need to be healthier and say, well, I thought you were saying preaching body positivity. Body positivity means that you're comfortable in your own skin as you are continuing to progress and trying to be a healthier you. It doesn't mean staying stagnant in one spot and not trying to fix yourself. Because what that is, when you start to think that way, is not body positivity at all. It's a lazy, complacent attitude as far as health. And that is what they feel that all women think, and that is just not the case. Let's see. Um, yeah, it's about being comfortable being me. Yes, Sonny? Exactly. And you're going to be comfortable being you, and then you're going to work towards being a better you. Not to try to form into what society views you as, because you're happy with the way you look. But you're going to be happy being you. And if you have to, for health reasons or just to make sure that you're a healthy individual, you're going to strive towards making sure that you stay here for the long run. So, body positivity is doing everything for yourself to make sure that you're a healthy, happy person and you're not trying to fit into someone else's expectations of you. Um, I'm overweight, I'm over 15 pounds or something. It's acceptance. Did you watch my 600-pound life? Yes, I have. Actually, before I came here, I was watching 600-pound life. And a lot of people, and I hear a lot of them say, I don't know if you've heard it, Maria and Sunny, But I have heard a lot of people say, well, I'm just who I am. There was one, I think it was Penny, was her name. I've seen it some time ago, where she was sitting there saying that, well, she just doesn't want the doctor's help. She can do it on her own, and she accepts herself for who she is. But you can't accept yourself for who you are and say that you love yourself if you're going down a path that is going to cause you death. Okay. Um, so it doesn't mean that we don't have confidence as big women. It just and it going according to a health plan and trying to get a weight goal does not mean that you're not happy to be a big woman. It does not mean that you're trying to be a skinny person. It just means that you're trying to make sure that you don't get high blood pressure or diabetes later on down the line. I don't have satellite anymore, but it was sad and upsetting. But some try. Yeah, they did try. And you know the problem with that episode, a 600-pound life. Some of them do try and they work on it, but the hardest thing that I'm struggling with understanding is why they allow themselves to get to that point where they can't move, and then they try to do it the quick way by having surgery, and they hadn't done anything with changing their mentality. So a lot of them sometimes, go back to eating. Oh, okay, you're going. All right. Well, it was a pleasure having you here, girl. Thank you so much for joining in the conversation. You have a good day. Oh, that's Sunny that's saying that. Okay, sorry, Walia. See, so I'll talk to you later then, Sunny. Okay. All right, Sunny. We'll see you later. All right, Walia. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, it was very sad, and they don't change the mentality, the way they think about their weight. And so they don't really have a good positive image of themselves. Anyone who says that they have a good positive image of themselves is going to want to constantly improve themselves. And that's where positive body positivity comes in, because you're accepting who and what you look like. No, it's okay, girl. That was me. I'm reading without my glasses. I don't feel like I don't feel like putting my glasses on. So um, but yeah, body positivity is walking into the room with your head held high and accepting what you look like, knowing that you're working on yourself for the better. They manipulate their families and their families enable them. Yes. Because come on now, they're sitting there in bed, they cannot move. How are they getting the food? And a lot of times it's the family bringing them the food. I saw one 600-pound like just yesterday where they had, I think it was a tray or a seat or something that goes up the stairs for her, like a mechanic thing. And the father put donuts, like 4 donuts, on that thing and sent it up to her for breakfast, and that's what she had. Now this girl, so that she didn't have to go downstairs, but she did go in her car and go to work every day. Yeah, isn't that amazing? That's horrible. And she did go to work every day, but guess what she did? After she scarfed down those donuts for breakfast, she got in her car and then she went to the donut shop and got a dozen donut holes and like 3 or 4 more donuts and I think a chocolate milk. And she sat there and ate it and then threw it in the garbage so that nobody knows what's going on. Yeah. And yeah, Sugar Rama is correct. Right along with Calorie Rama, girl. Because how many calories is in that? About a whole day's worth just for breakfast. Then she would leave and go eat some fast food and then go home and eat whatever her parents cooked. Now, if that's not ridiculous, I don't know what is. Um, that's the thing. Okay. So she went to work and she used to be able to climb up and down those stairs, but she couldn't. So she would have to have the smaller employees go get her stuff. And then she would sit on the floor. and because she was like a costume designer or something, she was fitting people for costumes, and so she would have to sit on the floor. Um, yeah, she would sit on the floor. Tim Norton's. What's that? Is that a donut place? That must be a donut place. You know what? And I'm not even lying to you. I haven't had a donut in maybe a year or two. I stay away from those things. And when I go to QT, I do not go nowhere near them donuts. Oh, it's a big donut chain. I don't know if they have that here in North Carolina. Because there's some things in North Carolina that we just don't have. But yeah, she would go there. I don't know if it was Tim Norton's, but it was like a local donut place and just scarf down the food. And for people who want to be lazy about having to work out and things like that, what they do is they hide behind body positivity. And here's another thing. Exactly. They're very rich and they aren't filling at all. So you can sit there and you can eat 4 or 5 donuts, and those are what we call empty calories. So there's like a thousand, depending on what kind of donut you get, it could be $500 to $1,000, $1,000, 1,000 calories in those donuts, and you're eating basically your calorie intake for the day. And then what happens is you're still hungry, like you said, where we are. So then you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna get something else to eat, and then you're constantly adding on to that. Yes, that's my point. That's exactly what I'm getting to. Well, you are on point today, girl. Yes, they're using body positivity as an excuse not to lose weight, because what they say is they love themselves for who they are and they don't feel like they need to change. So they'll jump on the big girl movement and they'll say, well, we're big girls and we're happy and we're big and happy. Yeah, I'm all for the being big and not being ashamed and having confidence in yourself. But you have to have confidence in yourself while you are exercising, while you are trying to be a healthier you. You're not trying to fit into somebody else's image. You're just trying to look like you, but be healthy. Because exactly, they're always having surgery there. And to be quite honest, that surgery is not always healthy. There are complications to some of those surgeries. Some of them are too big for the surgeries. Exactly, while you're getting to your goals, because the weight did not come overnight. So it's not going to come off overnight. So, what do you do while you are planning on meeting your weight goals? You love yourself. You be confident with yourself. You don't walk in the room and hold your head down just because a smaller woman is in the room. You don't be afraid to smile at a guy because, oh, he might not like you because you're fat, or you have to have that confidence in yourself, but that does not mean that you make an excuse not to lose weight. Body positivity is encompassing the you now and then working towards the future you, and having that love and confidence for yourself ongoing as you improve yourself. That is the real message behind body positivity. And it's also not about, hey Whitney, how you doing? I haven't seen you around these parts. You must be new. So I am glad that you stepped in. Thank you. So you said it makes sense. It really does. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And, it has just become such a big misconception when you say body positivity. People just take it all different ways. And first visit. Well, I'm glad. I hope you enjoyed the first visit here. I'm so happy to have you. Oh, would you say, well, you said your cousin had a gastric bypass and it's because she had a hernia. Okay, she was obese, not sure how big, but she was really, you really saw her. Okay. But she probably had to have that because of a hernia. So I definitely understand that. But when you're hiding behind that and not want to lose weight, and then they start to hate on skinny people, that's one thing as a big person that I can never understand. So they say, well, we're positive being a big woman, so let's hate on our skinny women. Oh. That is, girl, the Biggest Loser controversy and the cruelty that was behind that. I used to be a big fan. I don't know, Whitney, if you've ever seen The Biggest Loser, but I've seen it too. Well, that was interesting when that came to the fore. How they were talking about how they wouldn't let them eat. They were basically dehydrated. Yeah, they gained the weight back because what happened was they were able to lose all of that weight. You saw it a few times? Yeah. And I used to love watching The Biggest Loser because it made me want to get out there and lose weight. But then when I heard about the controversy and the inhumane stuff that was going on, exactly, Whitney, it was not healthy at all. Yeah, everybody loved it. We watched it, but then when I heard about what they were doing and then lying about the time span of them losing this weight, it was crazy. And yeah, they did gain the weight back because they didn't change their mentality towards food. They just tortured themselves for a short time period, lost a lot of weight to get the money, and then they went right back to what they were doing. If anybody wants to really lose weight and keep the weight off, they're going to have to change the way they view themselves and the way they view food and the way they view others. Because, yeah, they were also taking diet pills. I heard that too. Yeah, they were definitely taking diet pills to cause them to lose the weight faster. And that can happen, Whitney. That can definitely happen. So you can gain all of your weight back plus some after gastric bypass if they start to make their stomach stretch. Because I heard that even after the surgery, what will happen is if you continue to stretch out your stomach, it will eventually go back to normal and then you'll start putting on weight. So that's very dangerous though, but yeah, that can definitely happen. There was no mental health component. I think there was, because a lot of people they said they would suffer in depression and things after that show. So yeah, and I heard that a lot of people when they say that they want to, yeah, on Biggest Loser, hmm they actually should have people evaluating them mentally as well. So I don't know because they said they were suffering depression after that show too. Um, when they were on, I don't know. Yeah, they when they were on, yes, they were suffering depression when they were on, and then after the show. Is that what you're asking, Maria? Because I know that there were some people that were saying they wanted. Yeah, they should have definitely had counseling, and they did not have that available at all. They were just torturing these people for views, and it's sad. Yeah, weight loss counseling, exactly, to help build up their body image while they're losing weight. And then another thing that I wanted to address too is that, you know, they say that part of body positivity, what was I saying earlier? Oh, is slashing at skinny women. They sit there and I cannot tell you how many times that I've heard other BGs say, "Well, I just can't stand skinny women because they think they're so much. I don't like the skinny women," and they hate on the skinny women. And to me, I feel that that is not body positivity because if you're confident in yourself and you love who you are as a person, you're not gonna need to hate on a skinny woman. You're not gonna need to have that jealousy or that insecurity about yourself because you're already confident that you're yes, Whitney, skinny shaming is ridiculous. I'm about to get into that. Like, why do you eat certain foods? What is your triggers? You know what, Willia? They said that they had that. They said that they actually had them doing some counseling. Um, I don't know if this is clear, but all of a sudden this camera got really weird here. So I hope I'm clear on you guys end. But yeah, they said that they supposedly, hold on a minute. I don't know what's going on with this camera. They said they supposedly had some counseling about why they were eating certain food and what their triggers were. But I mean, depending on what the surrounding of that, it's okay now. You see it clearer. Good. Um, I think they were lying about that counseling. But yeah, let's go into the skinny shaming, Whitney and Waria. Let's get into that because when they say body positivity, we big girls and we're strong, you're not strong when you have to shame another female to make yourself feel better. Okay? We don't like, as big women, when skinny women try to shame us and say, oh, wow, look how fat she is, or blah, blah, blah. Or, you hungry, big mama. We don't like that. So we expect to that skinny women should like when we're trying to shame them. Everybody has a different body type. Yeah, they always think we're hungry. We're not always hungry. Hey, how about I just ate something, okay? Don't sit up here and tell me I'm hungry. Now, if you got some dessert, maybe I'll go for that. I hadn't had cheesecake in a while. Shoot, but we're not always hungry. But yeah, why do we have to sit up here and shame another woman just because she's smaller than us and then say, oh, I'm positive being a big woman? Being positive, being a big woman means that you are not comparing yourself to another woman. You're not. Because in your mind, you're not less than someone who's smaller. So why should you have to constantly feel the need to validate yourself by putting another woman down? Yeah, she may be pretty and skinny, but you're pretty and big. And pretty is pretty, whether it's small or big. And if you are confident that you are pretty, you're not gonna have to hate on these skinny women at all. Because you already know that you're just as pretty, or if not prettier. You know? So that just actually to me is a weakness. It shows insecurities and it shows how much you aren't positive about yourself. Um, would you say, William? I made a video about YouTuber Eugenia Cooney. Oh, girl, because she is definitely anorexic to try to warn her and people. People go visit her channel to check if she's alive. I got to get updates about her. You know what? I've I actually put in a petition to get her off of YouTube. Yes, I did. Because you have little girls watching her show and saying that they want to look like that. And she looks like that. And I got a little more insight when I went to another channel. Yeah, she does look like that. And do you know what's so sick about Eugenia is the fact that she actually likes people saying that she looks like that. There ain't no shame in her game. She loves it because it validates what she's doing. So she feels happy about the fact that, she looks so ghastly because she wants those reactions. A lady from Britain actually broke down because she used to be anorexic too, and they get a high off of people talking about how deathly sick they look. Well, I don't know about her lately because I watched a video maybe about a week or two ago where she was trying to play basketball, but I don't know if that was a recent video. Very thin. Horrible. She's so thin she can't even throw a basketball. So I don't really have any latest updates. Where were you getting your updates, Maria? Because I was just looking, yeah, it was disgusting. She was trying to throw it. Yeah, yes, Whitney, it is a mental illness and it is all about control. Ah, so you've actually been on both ends. You said you ate too much for comfort or not eating at all for control. Yeah, you know what they do say. Give me 1 minute, guys. I'm just going to, as I don't know who this is calling, but yeah, what they say is that they feel a lot of people who do that, they feel like they don't have control over anything else in their life. So what they do is they know that they have control over their eating. And so that's how they gain control, by going ahead and eating too much or not eating at all. Am I correct in that, Whitney? When you say that you are not eating for control, you had to feel like you had control of your life through your food. She does need help with what we Yeah, she does. She definitely needs help. And what I don't understand is that I really don't understand why her mother's not stepping in and hospitalizing her for her own health. Yeah, it is pretty much a lost feeling, I'm sure, Whitney. What pulled you through? How were you able to get through? Because I call that a dark period. Like when I was going through depression, that was my dark period. Um, So would you say that was your dark period? And how did you pull yourself through that? Because you're not still going through that now, correct? Um, but thank you so much for sharing your story, Whitney, because I'm sure that it takes a lot to admit that, you know. And this is exactly the reason why I come on here and talk about these issues, to encourage other women. And another thing too I want to say about the skinny shaming, because you were both right, that there is no reason for to be skinny shaming, because we don't know what skinny women are going through as well. There are a lot of times where you could be sitting there and saying, oh, look at this skinny person, and making fun of them, and they feel just as bad about themselves as you do. you know so as skinny women and as big women, we should actually be coming together to encourage one another. And I've seen this a lot in the BBW community, that they just want to attack skinny women. And I'm not saying all of them, because I don't, but I've noticed that this is kind of a trend, because they feel like it's more desirable. But in order to be able to really show body positivity and really love yourself, big sisters, we got to change the way we think. I have two women in the chat room right now, and they seem like they're smaller women. And the encouragement that they're giving me as a big woman on this topic is priceless. So, as women, we need to be doing a lot better as far as encouraging one another and having a proper view of what body positivity is only going to help us in the long run, because it's going to help us to be able to not just build up our self confidence within ourselves. It gives us a better outlook of who we are as a person. And then that is the only way that we can stay healthy physically as well. So that's basically all I wanted to touch on when it came to body positivity. I do want to just keep the videos very brief, guys, just so that when others want to do a replay of the video, that they are able to go through the video easily without having to sit through an hour or two. It may be difficult to do that. Um, but this was amazing here. The support that I got on the first video for this series, and then the next video that I'm going to do on the BG series is I am going to talk about the health, because a lot of people think that big women, we don't care about our health. We actually do. And I'm going to get into that next Monday. And then we could talk about, even if you're a smaller woman, you are more than welcome to come into the chat and to speak about your views on health. Any tips that you have for BGs, or just your struggles in being healthy. Like Whitney shared her story today, and while we was sharing her input, I really enjoyed you two coming in here today. You don't know how thankful I am for that. So we're gonna just cut it short here. Well, we're not cutting it short. I think we basically explored pretty much what body positivity is. But guys, thank you so much for basically coming in and talking with me today. And I hope you ladies enjoy the rest of your day. And oh, what's happening? Let me see here. Oh, I didn't see these comments. Oh gosh, hold on a minute. Let me read these comments here. Goodness, see, YouTube be messing up, y'all. YouTube be messing up. Yes, this is a great conversation, but let me see what y'all said before I leave here, because YouTube wasn't showing me your comments. Okay, let's see. Oh, you had gotten pregnant. Okay, okay, Whitney, and the doctor insisted that you eat. Or oh, I see what you're saying. So you couldn't not eat while you were pregnant, and they'd report you. Okay, yeah, it was a mental illness. Oh, and then you couldn't eat after starving for so long. Yeah, because what it is this. Your body was not used to any food. And so when you started to eat because you had to, that is when your body was like, I'm not used to this. And it must have been really hard for you. Yes, I think that I think that her family should have her committed, and they can have her committed, but I don't think they care about her enough to do it. I really don't. Because her mother sits there and watches her not eat all day, and she doesn't do anything about it. So, how could you say you love your daughter and you're not taking steps to try to get her healthy? So that is crazy. But yeah. So Whitney and Wawia, yes, thank you. I will see you guys later, and I'm glad that you enjoyed the conversation. And I hope that you can come back for the health conversation next Monday, and we can chat it up again. All right, ladies. So peace out. You guys have a good day, and love you guys. Bye bye.